This reminds me of a discussion that my coworkers had years ago in reference to Condi Rice. And I remember there was Condi Rice. She was speaking on TV. My coworkers was in the break room, and one of my coworkers, she made the comment of she needs to have her hair done. A comment about her hair. And this right here, guys, is a discussion from the channel The Grapevine, and they're talking about natural hair and just natural hair, like texture discrimination and things like that. And I will leave a link down in the description box down below. Basically, they're having a discussion here about just natural hair and how people of different like the type 4 natural hair, how they are treated versus people of the looser curl pattern, maybe like a type 3, and they are discussing this, and they talk about colorism and texturism and things like that, and the natural hair community and commercials. And there's one influencer on here. She talked about being in the military and how she was pulled over to the side, and how she had a twist out, and when she arrived to work, she said she just knew, she liked the twist out, and she thought it, looked good. But she was in the military, and she was pulled over to the side, and the guy had asked, he said, looks like you had just rolled up out of the bed. And I was like, when she said that, I was like, oh my goodness. I know when I first went natural 10 years ago, there was a lot of talk. There wasn't many websites dedicated to natural hair at all 10 years ago. I remember in 2007, I can count on one hand how many blogs and websites were dedicated to natural hair. There were forums, of course, but not actual blogs and websites. Curly Nikki came out in 2008, and I started researching. That's kind of like, I remember I was researching about natural hair, and that kind of like, I was like, oh, this is not good. There's not much information online about natural hair. And then in 2009, I remember I came out with my own natural hair website. But yeah, it's interesting how things are about natural hair and natural hair texture discrimination, and how some people feel the need to have like this certain perfect curl pattern, very loose curl pattern, to have natural hair and that sort of thing. And I know myself, I remember I didn't know what to do as far as my hair is concerned, like back in 2007, 2008, like when I first had the semi big chop. And y'all can go look at that video when I talk about the semi big chop that I had, one of the very first videos I did here on my channel. And I know I was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I was still using the pink hair lotion for my hair, which I had used for relaxed hair, and I started using it for my natural hair. And eventually, I got the hang of my hair, and I was posting here on YouTube different videos and things like that. And I remember in 2010, when I first started posting videos, there was a lot of well, there was a group of African American men that would go to different channels, and they would like celebrate women with natural hair, call them the queens and things like that. I don't see that much now, but back then in 2010, I remember I was like, oh, this is real neat. And I remember back when YouTube, you can do friends on YouTube, and I had some male friends that were like uplifting natural hair women here on YouTube. But yeah, I just think this discussion about the natural hair, the grapevine, I'm gonna leave their videos down below. They did a part 1 and a part 2 to this. I think it's sad that there's even a discussion about this. People keep saying, well, there's still a discussion. This 2018 or whatever. It shouldn't have been a discussion to begin with, at all. But there's like so much history and things, um, as far as the African American community, and even like other races struggle with certain things, even like the Asian community, as far as like colorism is concerned. Not so much as I don't think anyway as hair, as the African American community and things like that. And Lavishly Britt here on YouTube, I'm gonna link her video down below. She did a video about this, and this is how I found out about the Grapevine natural hair videos about natural hair and texturism and colorism. And I remember years ago when Josie here on YouTube did a texture discrimination video, and how she was talking about how women with type 3 hair, looser curl pattern, get more views on YouTube, and how the media portrays things, and the Grapevine here, this video right here, they show about how the media and things betray, and even like in the commercials and the packaging for different natural hair products and things like that, they will put like a looser curl pattern. And then they were talking about that one token person, that token black person that will be on that they would use for like either like as a social media influencer, or a vlogger, or even that one person they use in the commercial. They'd be like, hey, we got that one person. But it's sad how things are in regards to this is concerned. Let me know down in the comment section your thoughts and things like that. I know as far as colorism, there's that light skin versus like dark skin, and it dates all the way back in the 1800s, historical, and then even like after the Civil War. And I mentioned this in another video, after the American Civil War, that is, how people still struggle and things like that, African Americans and things. So yeah, like I said, I will link the information down below for the Grapevine videos and Lavishly Britt video. Thank you, by the way, Lavishly Britt, for addressing this in your video. I hadn't even seen the Grapevine video until